It's time to throw away those cheap mirrors. It's the worst when you're trying to watch your child in the back seat and glare from the mirror or dark shadows make it impossible. The solution is really easy actually, and it's this baby car camera with a 7-inch 1080p monitor to give you the consistent peace of mind that your baby is safe while driving. Oh, and the best part? It's under $40. The DoHonest Baby Car Camera and monitor was super easy for me to set up in my vehicle, and my wife loves it. She now has the confidence of driving alone since she can always keep an eye on our little one while she's in the front. It's also much safer since you can still keep your eyes on the road and not struggle to watch your child in the rear view. The DoHonest Baby Car Monitor also has night vision, which is a huge bonus when driving at night. Here's what we have in the box. We have a big 7-inch touchscreen that goes on your windshield. It has a wire for the input and also the DC power, which we will wire to the front. A cigarette lighter power adapter with a pretty lengthy cable. We also have a power cable with USB included, so you can hook this up to more modern vehicles if your cigarette lighter port is occupied. We have the baby car camera itself, which is small and pretty lightweight. And don't worry, this isn't the only length of the wire. We have a single extension wire that delivers power and video to the camera, and it's pretty long to go to the back of your vehicle where your car seat is. We also have a really strong suction cup that attaches to the LCD screen, so you can mount it on your dashboard or windshield. Finally, we have these straps that can be used to attach the camera to your headrest. It was pretty easy to figure out, and I'll show you how it comes together when I go and do the install. Speaking of, why don't we head on over to my car and get this set up? Okay, so here we are in my 2024 Santa Fe. It's a pretty big vehicle lengthwise, but we have enough wire for the camera to the monitor, so I'm not really concerned about that. We have the LCD monitor, which I will mount first. Positioning it on your windshield is completely up to you. Where you want it to be is personal preference, but I wanted to have it closer to the middle so that I don't have to turn my head as much. I experimented having it closer to the passenger side, but it wasn't the best area to keep my eyes on the road. I'll probably just mount it there though for now and kind of move it after. The benefit of having it closer to the trim is so you can hide the wire, but that's the least of my concern. Safety first. With our 2 cable ports, we want to just thread that wire through the mount to keep it behind the screen. We'll plug in the power and the video cable into the monitor, and now it's time to hide the wire in between the trim. You don't have to pull the trim completely apart, you just need to wedge it slightly open so that there's a gap where you can push the wire into. For some vehicles like mine, I like to use this trim tool, which gives you a bit of leverage to open up those tight gaps and shove the wire in. With my older Ford Fusion, it's easier to just lift it with my fingers because things aren't so secure. This single wire is going to the back of the vehicle, and that will carry both power and video to the camera. Speaking of, before we hook the camera to the back, I want to plug the power adapter into the LCD so that we can make sure that everything is working before securing the camera. Where I only had concerns about cable length was when I wired this cigarette lighter power adapter and tried to hide it behind the trim. The cable is fairly long and it worked great, but when I'm hiding the wires, it barely made it. But if I can do it in my vehicle, I think with any other vehicle, you would be just fine. We now have power and a no signal screen on the monitor, which is exactly what we want. Now for the camera, adding the straps to the camera was simple. You just need to use the 2 included Velcro straps. One goes through each gap horizontally, and the other one goes through each gap vertically. The strap is very flexible to work with most car seat headrests, and you can always loosen or tighten them to adjust. And now we're going to attach the cable to the camera and test that everything is working. It looks like we got picture, and I'm absolutely stunned by the clarity. Now you can see the infrared sensors to kick this into night mode. It works automatically and is pretty fast at switching. So now that we know the camera is working, we're going to undo the strap so we can attach it to the back of the headrest. And finally, I will hide the wiring going to the back by using my trim tool. I had plenty of extra wire, so I just shoved it into the trim. I would recommend leaving a little bit in case you accidentally forget that it's plugged in and decide to put your seat down. That way it doesn't rip the wire out of the trim or damage the camera. Obviously, if you decide to put your seat down, I would recommend unplugging the camera from the back before you do so. And that is pretty much it. The monitor works great, and it has some buttons on the back that give you a bit of options. We have the power button to turn it off or on. Obviously, I rarely use this because the monitor will turn on and off when you toggle the ignition on your car. We have a button to flip the picture. This is great if you want a specific orientation or if you have the monitor a certain way. And then you have these buttons to change the brightness or contrast, and you can bring that up or down with the plus and minus buttons. I'm just going to adjust this monitor to be closer to the driver's side and at a level which I feel would allow me to see the road and my child at the same time. Much better. This has honestly been a pleasure to install and use. Compared to a simple mirror, there are so many advantages to having a camera where you can see that your little one is safe at a glance. It also minimizes the time you're not keeping your eyes on the road, so definitely safer for everyone all around. The product description mentions you can set it up in less than 3 minutes, which is actually true if you don't hide any of the wiring. For me, I like a clean install, so it took a little bit longer, but it was definitely under 30 minutes and I was good to go. I got the link in my bio for the best prices on this camera, and I would highly recommend it for any new parents out there who are worried to leave the house without their spouse. I can tell you it's made a huge difference for my wife to just go out when I'm working or not available. Like always, my name is J.I. Thank you for watching, and thank you for kicking it with me.